Nice.
All right, hey everyone, how's it going? This is CR Game Room. We're here for the Hump Day live stream. What day is it?
Humder.
And
We have a mic. We do
yeah,
have a mic. Just saying.
yeah,
We have a mic with a mic.
Mike. Um, does
Two
Dallas
mics.
Fort Worth the only one that sees that one, or no? Wait, that's just the Dirk one. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Um,
Stop being dumb, dude.
I
Jeez.
can't help it.
You're being a jackass.
Feel gorge.
Gorsh.
Gorsh. So yeah, we're this week is kind of a free for all. So if you guys want to jump in chat and like, if we don't have anything going on for the chat, anything that we're talking about at the time, just throw it at us. But we do have a lot of things to talk about. But it's just going to be like random, somewhat, I guess.
Random.
So
It's not random if it's planned. Just saying.
It's
I-
random planned.
yeah, randomly planned. So yeah, so I guess we'll just jump right into it and talking about a rules change that we've decided on our hit the hard stuff first.
The hard hitting stuff coming at you.
So moving forward, as far as scheduling and everything like that, people have to try to make an effort to try to get a match in the time allotted. It, I don't know. I've been sick all week. Do you guys have a better understanding of the rule? Because I'm a little bit messed up in the head right now. So
Well, first of all, I want to start with, this is a casual game. Everybody, casual effort. Until we start putting money into it, we're not gonna enforce the rules to a competitive REL rules level enforcement. So I want to say that. So with that being said, we understand that everybody has different schedules. Things come up or things that were planned happen at the same time that people made a commitment for the tournament. What we are suggesting is that everybody has 7 days to get in a match. 7 days to set aside 2 hours maximum is more than enough time for everybody to get in their one match of the round. And if they can't, then we can extend it at times depending on what the time sensitivity is, if there's a holiday or if people are just busy. That being said, there was a ruling that we decided to change that Ryan posted in our Discord uh, under match reporting, and we wanted to make sure that everybody understood that this was due to two things: a previous scheduling conflict and a current scheduling conflict. So, without going into too much detail, there was two players that specifically couldn't make it to their matches and can't make it to their matches because they're out of town. We understand, we get it, right? Or they were out of town and they are currently out of town. Um, the short and sweet of that is that because of that, it's delayed their matches, and we gave them both extensions on their matches. The previous one was unable to commit, and so therefore they, instead of, because of the way the invitational is, it's a double elimination. So rather than starting off on a bad foot, they figured they might as well just go ahead and dip out of the tournament because after all, it's just a game, and they have things going on, right? You guys stop me and feel free to interject whenever you
Shut
need
up,
to.
Joe. Jeez. Keep
Um,
going.
and then
but
we had some asshole take over for them.
yeah, we'll get to that. But
Jeez,
I
why are
did
we
want to
shitting
say,
on Joe? God.
I did want to say that because of the way we set up our games, there's
We
no
don't know who it
ties or
is yet.
draws.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm going to read off what Ryan put in the first paragraph, just to let everybody know, just as like a quick summary. So we're gonna as we normally run our tournaments in a Swiss format. It slipped past us that we needed to address what would happen in a double elimination event. Again, this is not because of Swiss. This is mainly because of the double elimination that we have set up for this invitational. If a match couldn't be played, as there are no ties or draws allowed. As such, going forward, if a match is unable to be played in the allotted time, please let one of the TOs running the event know so that we can all review the situation, because we, every time something comes up that's a big rules change or that's a big issue, we look at it as a channel. We look at it as a channel, and so that way we have completely objective view of what's going on. We don't just let the TOs bear the burden. They have to make the ultimate decision, but we don't let them bear the burden whenever it comes to, kind of workshopping it. Hey, Reg.
Hey, right. Hey, Bobby.
We would much rather give people more time to play if possible, but we can't push the schedule out too much. So basically, what we decided is that moving forward, if you are the one that's causing the scheduling conflict, in the case of a double elimination, you really need to consider what's going to happen because ultimately, and I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just trying to be frank here. Ultimately,
Can
it's
I
on
still
you.
be Rob?
You can still be robbed.
Okay.
It's on you. That's your loss to bear. If you
Yeah.
can't, and you got to take it, and you got to move on, because again, I'm not trying to be rude, but other other games are at stake, and even your tournament position is. I
Yeah.
did post about this on the first week because I had gotten some hints that there were going to be some scheduling conflicts with people being out of town, and I did emphasize that that's a loss on the player that that cannot commit to the schedule.
Yeah, and I mean, this is this is a casual kind of, we run casual tournaments, but in the end, this is our championship, and this is the thing for us to like. This is an example of our tournaments, and this isn't anything like. No one else has to be like, oh, this is a shining example of anything, but we take this seriously and we try to make it as fun and entertaining for everyone, not just like for someone having issue scheduling it. And it happens. We understand that. But it isn't just about you, it's about everyone playing the game, not just one individual.
For sure. And yeah, at the end of the day, you're right. It is just a game. We want everyone to have fun. If anything, not to just dwell on it, but like if anybody felt any sort of certain type of way, it was never meant that way. Obviously, we all try to get along with everybody in the community. We love everybody equally. It's just an unfortunate situation due to bad scheduling. Not a big deal. We all move on with our lives. So, again,
Moving forward,
moving forward, this is what
in
we're doing.
any situation, any double elimination, or even Swiss, I might add, if you cannot make your current scheduled match for, then you should accept the loss and move on.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but if you know that you're the one causing the scheduling conflict and your opponent's being open and accommodating, then you can talk to us and we'll try to extend it. But if you know you can't make it or you don't want to risk that, then you need to just take the loss, and we will enforce that whenever it comes down to our more like the invitational. We'll enforce it. We will make the ruling ourselves.
And try to have all scheduling conversations in public chats because we do not accept private chats because there's no way to verify that those have not been changed and have not been
Right.
doctored. So going forward, you schedule everything in public. Most everyone does that anyways, but if there's a public chat, if there's a private chat with someone trying to schedule things, we won't accept that.
Yeah, and again, this is all just extreme and sort of things like what Chris just said. Not directed towards anybody in particular. This is just what we want to try to do to make sure that our tournaments run as smooth as possible and everyone gets a fair shake, basically.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
That donkey head bobbing. So let's move. With that being said, that's
Yeah,
that's
let's
going
move it
forward
along.
on all of our tournaments. So everybody knows the ruling. If you have any questions, reach out to us, and we'll be
Yeah.
happy to answer them. And again, everybody that was involved with the previous infraction, they were spoken to by us. We came to the decision. We just want you guys to know that, and especially to the parties involved, there's no love lost there. There's no bad blood. So
Ill
Good.
feeling.
it happens and we move on. So yeah, we don't hold it against anybody if they can't complete their matches. We understand life gets in the way.
So speaking of someone dropping, who took over for them in the lower bracket?
In Chris's words, I want to say, I have it recorded here. I want to say some asshole. Yeah.
Did we check the tape? Did we? That was it. That's what he said. Those are the exact words.
And from the start, we had a list of people from points who were going to be the backups. Joe was second in line. Reg was first in line. Reg got in the tournament before the tournament started. Joe wanted to avoid anything and just be like, I don't know if I should be in it since I'm a CR game room thing, and just drop altogether. Also, I think that causes more problems personally if we just start accommodating to make it look a certain way. So we're just going with how it was, and Joe was the next one up. So that's the way we're going.
Rich said you should have to run full turtles on your one
I
team.
wish I could, but I don't actually. I only have two actions, two basic actions.
We
Ah,
could
from
have
the
given
turtles.
you some turtles. I don't know.
Sorry.
Someone didn't reach out to the channel on that.
What a fail.
That's not me. That's not me, bro.
Or pirates. You have to run full
Oh,
Or
pirates.
pirates.
full pirates.
Or pirates. Yeah.
All
there you go.
pirates.
Pirates would be a
Or-
lot of fun, actually.
I love your. We need to make that a state. We need to make that like a meme. Or pirates.
Or pirates.
Um,
Hey, did you think about pirates? Something out there. Maybe pirates. I don't know.
Hear me out. I'm just
Hear
saying.
me out. One word. Pirates.
Yes, I'm in the losers bracket. I'm gonna make that run back. Unfortunately, my opponent, who I'm playing right after the stream, is Stu.
Oh
Stuart.
no.
And he is the other Tabaxi Rogue player, and he's the corrupt rogue team that is actually a little bit meaner than mine because he's all in on the corrupt.
Nice.
So anyway, it's unfortunate, but
Heck yeah.
one Tabaxi team must move on, right? That's the way I
Yep.
look at it.
If you lose, are you the real rogue still?
I will always be and have been the real rogue.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. There's a reason
He's
why
the one
Stu's
and
running
only
that
good
team.
person.
Just saying.
Awesome.
But yeah. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, like I said, I was a little bit sheepish because of the reason why we came in. Again, that we can't control that. Got to move on.
We already had a list, and that's just the way the cookie crumbled. I mean, it's not like y'all threw me in the tournament or something like that, because that would have been ridiculous.
No, I'm pretty sure people. I
You've
would have
only
said
played in one match. That's all you would have played in. Oh man.
But moving along though, really looking forward to. Speaking of, let's go ahead and talk about the invitational. Right, let's get this one out of the way. I know
Let's
we
do
have
it.
it set in a different order.
Let's talk about it. That's fine.
But round one, wow. I just have to say, wow. I did
Wow.
actually. I was able to actually catch a couple of the matches. To my knowledge, there was only 3 matches that were not recorded, which is fantastic. And all the rest of them were recorded or streamed.
Yeah,
I don't know which one was streamed specifically, but that's really
that
good
is
coverage.
super cool by everybody in the community, all the content creators. That is badass. So I really appreciate that. I didn't get a chance to watch them. I saw all of them come up on my feed, and I was like, all right, I got to sit down and at least click through them to see what happens. I've been so busy all week that I haven't had a chance to do anything. I'm pulling up the bracket on my computer.
Chris, do you have it ready?
Yeah.
So you can tell us what the current standings are right now.
I could tell the results of them if you'd like.
Yeah, please.
All right. In the first matchup, we had Yort versus Peter VDV. Yort took that 2-1. So Peter will be moving on to the lower bracket. Well, he moved on to the lower bracket, and him and the other person already participated in their second round. And then we
We can
have
talk about that after the rest of the round 1 pairings.
and then
Okay.
Jacques Blonde versus Super K. James took that 2-1.
Oh, wow.
That was a really good match. And then Bodie versus Ben Said Scott. Ben took that 2-0. We only had how many? We only had two 2-0s in the tournament so far. In the first round.
Do you think Ben intimidated Bodie with a factory box set of Yu-Gi-Oh?
He
Just
might
on
have.
his table, he just whipped it out in front of him.
I
and
see you
said,
forgot about my trap card. He holds
all
the
of
box.
them.
Yeah.
All of them. Still sealed.
Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
So Bodie, just let us know about that
Exodia.
because we will talk to Ben about that if he intimidated you with that.
You'd rather not talk about it.
From what I heard, it was a very abysmal showing for Bodie's
Oh,
dice.
no.
His rolls
Oh.
were Rob stopped by and he's like, "Hey, that's a nice game you got there. Sure would be a shame if somebody messed with your dice."
Yep, sorry,
die
dude.
rolls.
I didn't mean to do it. Sometimes it just happens.
All right. And then the third match was Jezco versus CCM 00007. So Jezco took that 2-0. That's the second 2-0 match. It's really crazy because CCM, he's going back to the losers bracket like he did the last time, and he won the losers bracket to go to the championship last year. So keep that in mind.
That's
Laurier.
That's Laurier.
right?
Yeah, Laurier.
okay.
And then after that, we had Jubaomi versus Comics Mike. Comics Mike took that.
That was a really good. That was a really good best
Yeah.
of three. I saw that. I saw that game that they had recorded, and it's just really intense. The first game was probably my favorite because it showed a really good piloting on both players' sides.
Yeah.
It came down to a botched purchase and a botched roll right after that. So
Yeah,
it's bad to make a bad purchase, and it's even worse when that purchase doesn't roll.
it reminds me
yeah,
when I
it
lost to
follows up a bad roll.
the world champion when I purchased a Yanti die when I could
Yeah.
have bought a Cosmic Cube and I would have won and beat the world champion.
Ugh.
Yep. Sometimes it bees that way.
Okay, moving on from my own heartache. Reg versus Jordo. Reg won 2-1. So Reg will be moving on to the winners and Jordo to the lower. Then Jackalope Spam beat Stewart 2-1. So Jackalope Spam will be moving on to the winners and Stewart will be moving on to the lower. And Ingledew had a win by drop, and so he'll be moving on to the upper bracket. And Joe will be taking the spot of the lower bracket player, and he's probably gonna be in there and doing some things. Hopefully, he's got to win it for Rob for
We
his
can't
birthday.
say who the opponent was. Yeah,
It was
we can't
Rob
say
L.
who the opponent was. It was Rob L.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're not trying to like diss him or anything, snub him or anything.
No.
No, again, things happen. It is what it is. But yeah, so we already have a losers bracket round match that's already happened. This is the first match, I think,
Yeah,
that's already gone down.
yeah,
They got it in immediately.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Nice. And
That
that
was
is
fast.
Peter DV
VDV versus
VDV okay,
versus
that's extra.
Super K.
And he took that to.
So Rob, if it helps you remember this, it's Peter Vandeverder.
That
if
does
it
Why don't
not
we just say
remember.
that? That sounds awesome. We should be saying that all the time.
Because-
Vandenberger.
He's a European player. They probably don't want their last names being out there. That's why we
Yeah,
don't
way to
say-
go, Joe. Why did you tell me that? Now I'm
mean,
gonna say it every
he-
time.
He legit has that on his Facebook. And,
Okay, it's
my
just
God.
I try to respect the European players because they
I
have said.
understand.
But yeah, Peter took it 2-0, and it was just a tough match, and he wound up taking that. And so the next
So
one.
does that mean Kim's out now?
Kim is out, unfortunately.
Oh,
So we were talking about it during our WDA round 3 match last night, and she was just like, "Well, I'm out, so I'm just gonna put my stuff up for a while." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Kim."
It's okay. Rob put his stuff up a long time ago, and he's not pulling it out anytime soon.
I still have my same 2 teams from the last tournament just sitting here.
With tears on top.
I'm just looking at them longingly. Like, I remember when y'all used to roll for me.
Let's
I
be
remember
honest, they
those
never
days.
used to roll for you.
They did.
Constantly
I
spams
used
us
to
with,
be.
I could have been a contender.
I used to be good at one point. Okay, damn it.
That was
That's true.
pre-original
Started having bad
rotation.
rolls.
Yeah, it was what's it called? Starter sets only.
Yeah.
I've never
pretty
been
good.
good at it, so.
I won a Rainbow Draft weekend. Damn it! And I
I
got
mean,
the
that
alt
counts for
alt
something,
Hulk.
right?
The alt art Hulk. So I got that bad boy in an ASM draft. So
ASMR.
coach would have put me in. We would have been state champions.
Could have thrown the football over the mountains.
Throw that football clear across the mountains.
All right, so moving on to our second out of the losers bracket is Bodie versus Laurier or CCM Quad 7.
Quad
And
07. Thank you very much. He's got more of a license to
Quad
kill than
07.
anyone else.
Yes, he double has it.
Yeah. And then Jocelyn versus Jordo. And then Stu Art versus Tabasco Rogue. And the winners bracket, we have Yort versus Jacques Blonde or James. Ben said Scott versus Jezco. Comics Mike versus Reg. Jackalope Spam versus Ingledoom.
Engladoom.
Ingledude,
Except for
the
that,
dude
for some
abides.
We're gonna try to be streaming some of the matches. Joe's match tonight, I don't know. I have not been feeling well all weekend ever since.
We had to force him to the stream today, so
I
We had
mean,
to drag him kicking and screaming.
I was called out to do something today, so I kind of had to show up. But yeah,
That's true.
but
Well, that's right. We should probably give
We'll,
some
we'll talk
ample
about
time for
that later. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Teaser: Chris is gonna do something.
Oh, gonna be good, folks. Gonna be
Inappropriate.
good.
Chris is gonna do something for you guys.
We actually do. So before we do that, though, yeah, I'm really excited about this next point. We had our meeting, folks. We had our meeting, ladies and gentlemen,
We got together. We
Our
spoke.
and a
channel
lot of words
production
were
meeting.
our biannual happens production meeting.
Yeah, it went down for
Um,
real.
supposed to be every 4 to 5 months, sometimes 6 to 7, sometimes 8. You know, it happens.
let's see.
Yeah.
See, I'm
So
new,
we
so it was my first one, so I figured they happen rather frequently.
Oh yeah. What did you think about it? Before we talk about what we did, what did you think about the whole meeting? Mike being there for the first
Yeah.
time ever.
I really enjoyed it. It was awesome to actually see the brainstorming process of the channel and stuff like that, and just to be able to hang out with you guys for an afternoon. You know, we all had lunch. You know, it was awesome. Yeah, it was just awesome to sit down and talk about everything coming up soon.
Have
I'm really
everyone
excited for the
yelling at
future.
me. That's what I remember.
Chris was huddled in the corner for a very long time.
Yeah.
So just stop. No.
And it was funny because Ryan, I told him to. Chris told Ryan to bring me White Claws, and he literally gave me a case of White Claws, black cherry White Claws. And I
Black
was like,
cherry,
dude, that
it's a
was
good
just
flavor.
a joke.
I'm gonna do that
Yeah.
every time we go anywhere. So
Every time we go to a meeting.
everyone, when we go to Nats, anyone that goes there, bring Robert some White Claws.
See,
If
it's
you're
no
gonna
problem
bring
when
show
you
up
come on
in
down
your
here. I've got you
hotel
covered.
room,
The wife's already
doing
got a bunch in the
gaming.
fridge.
It's like I'm a diva. Like I won't go on stage unless I have my White Claws.
Your
So
5 White Claws at least.
if I have White Claws, I need a lime and a black cherry, and they can't touch. So the same thing happened. The whole reason that joke came along is because I told my cousin. I mean, he had that fight a couple weeks ago, and I told him, hey, yeah, get some White Claw, and he told his girlfriend to get White Claw as a joke. She didn't know it was a joke. You know, between me and my cousin, we knew it was a joke. So he told her as a joke. She thought it was like for real. So she bought a 24 pack of White Claw, the variety thing. So he had the 24 pack of White Claw just sitting there. He's like, I'm never gonna drink this, dude. Take it with you. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna drink it. So I have approximately 22 White Claws in my refrigerator right now. They're probably gonna be there for a
Nice.
while. Yeah,
No law.
no laws. You know, that's the only good thing about them. So you're automatically immune to all laws if you drink one. Science. Anyways,
So, Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what your takeaways were from the meeting?
We're a bunch of dumbasses.
No,
Besides
not
that.
at all. Not at all. I guess it was awesome to be able to hang out, and I thought the brainstorming process was awesome. I think that the time that we sat down, we got through quite a bit. You know, we definitely got a good future mapped out here for the next year. I'm really excited for it. But yeah, I thought it was a great meeting. I thought we got through a lot of great points.
cool.
And we also planned out when the next meeting is going to happen. It's going to be in Ohio.
Yeah, you guys will be coming down here in June,
Faux.
or up here, I guess.
So one of the key things that that I like to share with everybody as the product of our production meeting is our tournament schedules. I love it whenever we're able to tell people like, hey, we actually know what we're doing. We actually have a schedule.
Sometimes we do.
We stuck to our schedule
my
this
schedule
last year
too.
quite well.
No.
and it worked out really well. We have made some changes, which we'll go into further detail, I think, on the next stream. But for now, we can go with the announcements for the next tournament or tournaments.
We could say the format.
Okay.
Are we gonna say the format?
Yeah, because it's going to
Yeah.
lead into something that
Okay.
So
So I'm gonna go by what's on the dock here, just so that I'm not slipping out. Okay. So we actually did work out our two-team takedown tournament schedule for the next year, all the way to the invitational.
Yes.
I don't know. Am I allowed to go into detail about the breakdown on that at least? The breakdown, not the.
I say no.
Not the dates. You say no? We'll
I
just
say
hold
no.
it onto it.
All right,
Okay.
I-
Rob
I-
rules
We'll
on
hold on
that.
to that.
I said no.
All right, we'll hold on to that. But just to let everybody know, we did get our dates. We did get the dates for all of the 2-team takedowns up to the invitational figured out, and we know how many we're doing, and we know how they're gonna work out, barring any holidays or anything like that. We planned around that kind of stuff, as well as Nats and Worlds. We planned around that. So yeah, we're good. Okay, we do want to announce, and Rob, I'm actually going to let you take over on the announcement for this new particular format and the tournaments that we're going to do for that, if you would like to, sir, and as well as announcing the date.
Okay. So what we want to try to do moving forward is, I know these month-long tournaments that we have are kind of, sometimes if you want to join them but you just can't commit the time, like maybe you don't want to play the same two teams for 5 weeks. What we want to do moving forward is every third Saturday of a month we're going to have a one-off tournament moving forward. So I think we all agreed that these are going to be modern. Was that what it was?
Starting
So
out.
starting out this tournament for sure. The first one that we're going to have is just going to be a modern open format to whatever you want to play. Just submit your team. We'll have a 1-day event. We'll figure out the,
not 2-team takedown.
yeah, it's not 2-team takedown. It's just going to be a modern, like as if you were going to go play at your local store, or even if you're going to Worlds, maybe you want to use it as Worlds practice. So
Practice for nationals. Yeah.
exactly, nationals, whatever. I don't know what they are. Sorry, Mike. But we will have them 1-day tournaments on Saturdays. These are going to be supported by our prize support pool that we have. So we're gonna try to have them every month on the third Saturday of every month. The only weeks that we wouldn't is if there's some kind of official event. So like nationals or origins or whatever it is. I don't know what they're called. Sorry,
Origins and then Worlds in Memphis.
Worlds. Memphis. So yeah, we are really looking forward to having those events, and maybe I'll actually get to playing them, so you'll get an easy win if you play that day. So
The other thing is, we're going to try to limit it. This may seem really messed up at first. We're trying to do multiples of 8. So if we have enough people for one tournament, for one pool of eight people, we'll do an 8-person tournament. If we have enough for 2, we'll do 2 separate tournaments for 2 tournaments of 8, and so 16 people. We can kind of go a little bit in between, but we're trying to keep it to where it's just a clean, easy number to go forward, because it just makes a whole lot more sense for a 1-day tournament like that. Anything bigger than that is just you're not playing everyone, and everyone's not getting their chance. So that's basically what we're doing with the tournament on the 1-day tournament.
cool. Yeah, I saw Reg just put in there the team of the month thing happens once a month. I don't think we're gonna.
Fourth Saturday
Oh,
of the month is theirs. We're not interfering with them.
Okay, good. Awesome. So there's just Dice Masters happening everywhere, guys. There's all sorts of things going on. There's what was it? The arena happened last night. Is that what it is?
So it's the weekly dice arena,
I don't know the names of the things. I'm sorry, guys.
and then there's the dice fight for all
Dice
the
fight.
European, UK people, or people over here in the stateside that want to
That's
play at
tomorrow,
3
too,
o'clock or 4 o'clock
right?
in the
Yeah.
afternoon. Yep. It happens every Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. It starts at 3 p.m. Our time, and it starts over there at 8 or 9, depending on where you fall on the line there. And then we also have the team of the month, which is every last weekend of the month, according to our understanding.
Yeah, we're trying to schedule our
then-
stuff around that, so we don't interfere
Yeah,
with
we
that.
don't
Yeah.
want to.
We want to
we
be
don't wanna
considerate of
interfere with that.
everybody. Yeah.
And then we understand that the league that Reg had originally piloted, that's going to be starting up too. So we want to be able to work around those schedules and not interfere with what everybody has going on.
For sure.
No
There
mini
is
tournaments.
there is method to this madness, and I'm not gonna spoil it what it is because we don't know if it's legit or not. But it's a good way to ease into whatever we try to do in the future, and also it's a good practice for people getting up to Worlds if we keep it the format that it is.
Thank you,
That's
Reg.
what I'm looking forward to, because I could use all the practice I can get leading up to the.
Nice. You can beat up on me, but I mean I won't be much of a challenge, but
So I guess
I'll take anybody who's willing to practice with me.
is it
Nice.
Reg? Is it okay to spoil it for everybody who's not watching the chat?
Yeah,
I guess.
spoil it in the chat, and
Um,
we'll mention it on
Reg
the
is
air.
announcing that the league will start, but it'll be on Mondays. We don't know the start date.
Okay.
Don't get us lying on that. But
Okay.
we do know that the league will fall on Mondays. He'll make the announcement on his side. It's going to be really awesome. So we're looking forward to that. But I mean, we've got so much going on in the community. We have almost every day covered, as a matter of fact.
That's crazy.
Short of Sundays. So we
The
almost have
dice
every day
rest on
covered.
Sundays.
And on the seventh day. So Rob, when is the first one shot that we're gonna have? What day is that?
First one shot. Hold on, let me check in here, crunching the numbers. Oh, it's on 3 March the 21st. Will be our first one day, our first one shot tournament. So a couple of weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that will be the third Saturday this month. So again,
for
it's going
those-
to be a modern format. So you just bring your modern team. We'll start getting the sign up and stuff, everything out there for that soon. So look for it.
So for those who are kind of wondering about rotation specifically, this upcoming Saturday's event will be everything up to current modern rotation
Yep.
up to WWE.
Yep.
So we will be including that. So just be aware of that. And then one of the hard rules that we had to put in place is unfortunately no proxies.
No
proxies.
proxies.
No proxies of cards and no proxies of dice. However, for the people out there that love to use Reg's beautiful alt art, as long as you can provide us a picture of the actual card, you can use the alternate art sleeve or card over that. As long as you have the actual physical card and you can provide us evidence of that when asked by the tournament officials. So you can have your entire team blinged out with alternate arts as long as you have the physical card, and same thing goes for the die. We will no longer be accepting proxy dice.
On the one shot.
Only on the one shots.
Only on one shots. Yep.
All right. All right.
So something to be excited about.
Do I have to do this
Yep,
thing
I'm very
now?
excited.
I would
Oh, is
say
it time?
yes.
What are you going to do?
Time.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Chris?
Tell us what
All
you're
right,
going to do.
so-
Don't do it yet. Hold on. Don't do it. Just tell us what you're going
Just
to
tell
do.
us what
Do
you're
it slowly.
So
So
we can enjoy it.
last night, I was watching the weekly Dice Arena.
As one does.
Yeah, joking around with Ross and calling him out and saying, you should have someone do the truffle shuffle and blah 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 blah. And he's like, hey, why don't you do it tomorrow on the live stream? I was like, damn it, why did I say anything? I'm an idiot. And then people started throwing in, yeah, you should do it in your donkey suit. And I was like, I didn't agree to this. I didn't agree to this at all. And then eventually,
I believe you said you were bullying it into this.
yeah, it was the audience's fault. It's chat's fault. It's all your
You know
fault.
what? You got to give the people what they
Dang
want.
you, internet.
know what I
Dang
mean?
you.
So by the end of the stream last night, I agreed that I would do a stupid truffle shuffle. I'm going to do it as far as Ross did the truffle shuffle.
You said you were going to do it better.
Better.
I'm in a donkey suit.
I
That's
mean,
better.
he is in the donkey suit.
That's
Yeah,
true. It
already
doesn't get
better.
better than that.
Yeah.
Chris is going to save us from his paley pasty stomach. So he's not going to whip that out for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, as much as we wanted to see it, I don't
Please
think the
don't say those
internet,
words on stream.
the world can't handle his
I
midriff.
can't
Let's put
break
it
the
that way.
internet this early in my career, okay?
You know what? It's true. We don't want to peak yet. So that's what you're gonna do. Let's not do it now. You know what? You just randomly get up and start doing it at some point between now.
I
and
got to
the
do
end
a
of the stream.
transition to it, though.
Yeah, he
This
does.
this way, the people have to watch.
Maybe I'll do
You
it
know-
twice. Maybe I won't do it at all.
Ooh, maybe a double truffle,
No, not a. Maybe. I don't know.
a double truffle shuffle.
If I do it twice, you got to do it once.
No, I don't know how to do it. So
Ooh.
You
don't
just
even
shake
know.
your belly.
That was
with
the
your
worst.
hands.
Yeah.
I got too much belly. It's gonna look offensive.
That's the whole reason. That's why it's called the truffle shuffle.
No. I can't do it. I'm literally stuck to my chair
All
right
right.
now.
I'm gonna do it right now because I
Do it
want
right now.
to. I want to
Do
focus
it.
on a
Do it.
subject that Rob wanted to do after this.
I
So,
don't remember, but okay.
team pack.
Oh, do the truffle shuffle.
You're
Do the
like,
truffle
yeah,
shuffle.
okay, do
Do
it.
the
All
truffle
right,
shuffle.
you guys gonna
Do the
see a
truffle
little bit
shuffle.
of a weird transition right now.
Give us that transition, son.
Give us that full body. We want that. Mwah.
That body shot.
That's weird.
All right, Chris is gonna do his best impression of a cam girl.
He really he's getting that e thought on.
Oh man,
Let's
it's
see.
gonna be
Oh,
really
no.
focusing in on the dice bags. This is not good.
So keep it on the low there, sir.
It's
I gotta sit down. I'm too close to the camera. I'm too close
all
to
right.
the camera.
Just roll your chair back a little bit and
Is this good?
shows what you're working with. Shake it fast and watch yourself.
Get it. Yeah.
I gotta
We're
say that
fit.
was kind of disappointed. I want to.
Yeah.
You should do it again. There it is.
There it is. Oh
You're
yeah.
sexy.
Yeah.
There it is.
Feeling.
The wind up.
Once
The
you
wind
went
up.
feeling. Oh my gosh, he went crazy.
Oh,
All
that
right.
was
Lost his head. He lost
The
his head on
greatest
that one.
truffle shuffle ever made.
All right.
All right, so who are we gonna challenge next? Because this is the hashtag
Oh,
Truffle Shuffle Challenge.
I like it.
So who are we going to call out next?
James.
Oh.
James from Dice Masters with James and Zach.
Yeah.
James Bloor. The one, the only. Sir, you have been issued a challenge. We did not take gloves off, but we did take the bellies out. So there you go.
Hashtag bellies out. Bellies
There
out
you
for
go.
Harambe.
So, Truffle Shuffle Challenge. James, are you up to it? James with Dice Masters with James and Zach. Are you up for the challenge, sir?
If y'all know James, let him know that he has been truffle shuffle challenged by the
I mean,
great
he's sleeping
Chris.
comfortably in his home.
Someone
right
wake
now.
him up right now and tell him. No.
He woke me up in the middle of the night one time when he was wanting to ask me something about the tournament stuff. He messaged me directly, and I was just like, "Yeah, that's cool." And it was like 1:00 in the morning here, and I was like, "I gotta go to bed. It's like 1:00 in the morning." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're in America. All right, cool."
The land that gave us the truffle shuffle.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do
Yeah,
not wake him
so-
up now. I'm sure.
Give us a like if you liked that truffle shuffle. Give us a like, and if you
Likes
didn't
for
like that
Mike.
truffle shuffle, give us a like anyway, so we can know that we need to get better at the truffle shuffle.
This is an
We could
international
always do
truffle
better about truffle shuffle.
international truffle shuffle challenge. I guess.
International.
Yep.
It's going worldwide, son.
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
All right.
All right,
Okay,
let's stop this madness.
on to the next one.
On to more madness.
All right.
Different kind of madness.
All right, Robert. Since this is your passion, and
My
my
passion.
voice cracked
Oh
so
my-
bad.
I have to ask my
The challenge,
manager.
the challenge took it out of me.
Simpson.
Wait, we still have one more item left on the announcements list.
Oh yeah. Or we could do it at
Mike.
the end.
We can do it
Mike,
at
would
the
you
end.
care to would you care to take it away on this announcement? So let's go ahead and give Mike
Get it out the way?
Give Mike a chance.
Give me a chance.
Like
guys.
for mics.
Worse. Likes for 2 mics. Okay, but we've got our Along Came a Commander doubleheader coming up soon. So we're doing a Theros Commander game, and we're also doing our continuing our monocolor Commander game as well. So yeah, I think we'll be streaming definitely the Theros game, I believe, this Saturday.
We'll be
For
doing
sure.
both. We'll be doing both.
We'll
Robert
be
will be
doing
ready.
both.
Streaming both.
Robert
Yeah,
will be
both-
ready.
I'll be ready.
I promise to have my decks ready. I have them built. I just have to get them into the app.
Me and you've been ready for like 2 weeks now, I think.
Yeah, for your face ass.
I
still
haven't even
didn't
gotten
swap
my
them
mono
things in
black.
and out.
I just
I haven't
noticed
even
that the
finished my mono black.
Twitch link isn't in the description.
Oh no, we gotta fix that.
So we generally stream these on Twitch, and then we'll cut them, and Chris will cut them, the editor, and he will put them up on YouTube in a couple weeks or next week. We'll just release them then. So if you want to see them live, you can check us out on Twitch. I believe the Twitch channel is. Someone
Hold on,
Twitch.tv/CR Game Room.
Yeah.
Okay, there
And
you go.
definitely keep your eyes out on social media, and we'll let you know when we're starting, so you can come and join us.
Faux show.
The social media guy will post sometime before the stream starts.
We'll see about that.
It didn't happen last time, and I regret that.
I regret everything.
Regret nothing.
Awesome.
Okay, now we're ready.
Now we are ready for the next thing. So the next thing that we want to cover is a few months ago, we when we found out about product delay, we were like, man, product delay sucks. It's the worst. The worst. And so we decided, it's like, you know what? Why don't we make an imaginary product? And we came up with our year one team pack. It's something that I thought of and I talked to the guys about, and we thought it'd be a great idea to do. So we have that video out. It's one of our live streams where we covered the team pack that we all voted on our top 5 cards from each set based on specific criteria. And we threw it in a team pack. We took 2 cards from each set, and then 3 basic actions, and we made a team pack out of it, just like you would normally get with like your Justice League Lightnings or whatever. So we're gonna try to do that again with a year 2. I was looking at the year 2 releases, and there was way more. There was a couple more at least than there was in year 1. So what I did is I just took the next 5 sets because that gives it a nice even 10, like we did with the first one, and we're gonna do that again. Hey Mel.
What's up, Mel?
So the teams that we're going to cover in this next year 2 team pack is going to be Age of Ultron, Marvel set. Then we have the DC set War of Light. Then back to Marvel with Amazing Spider-Man. Then Dungeons and Dragons, Pharaoh Under Siege. Back to DC with World's Finest. And then again, we're going to pick our 3 basic actions from all of those sets. So we have that coming down the pipeline. Hopefully we'll have everything worked out by next week, and we can discuss it next week. If not, it'll definitely be the following week, and we'll have that content out for you. But I just think doing these things are fun because we get an idea of what everybody was playing at that time. We talked about
Definitely.
it the other day, and Mike, you were telling me that one of your favorite cards from Age of Ultron was the drones, the Ultron drones.
Oh yeah, the Ultron drone combo back in the day was just one of my favorites. And anytime that I can play it in a golden event, I probably will run it. It's not
Nice.
that great according to like some of the other meta staples that were out at that time and stuff like that. But man, it was just a lot of fun if you could get it to roll. And I actually coupled it with a lantern ring back in the day with a lot of fists. So if I can get that Ultron drone out there, produce a bunch of fists, and get him to overcrush, just go ahead and deal that damage. It was
Oh,
pretty amazing.
just
I
do
definitely
it.
made a few friends mad with that.
Yeah. And Lantern Ring, what set was that from?
I hate
War
that.
of
War
Light.
Look at that. What a coincidence.
I hate that card.
Yeah, Chris
Everybody hated
that.
that card.
Last night in the WDI, I said, when you played it against me, I wanted to destroy every lantern ring in existence.
Like when I first was showing Chris how to play the game, he's like, make the douchiest teams ever, like the teams that people are playing that are just super douchey. And the Lantern Ring team was one of them. He's like, what the hell? Like, this isn't fun. It's like, sorry, dude, this is it. It was that. What was the other one? Flying Sidekicks, and I think Bard was the other one that I did.
Oh, Bard.
Babs was another one.
Okay.
And
I
there,
love
Oh,
Babs.
Babs was so good.
Yeah.
I like Babs with
what
throw.
was the other one? You had one other one that I was just... Oh, Serena.
Oh, yeah, you hated Serena. Serena was, oh, man. She's so good.
So vicious back in the day.
So
Yeah.
I like your setup on the 5 sets because, spoiler alert, the next year 3, we saw an 8.5 month drought between product release. So there wasn't any 5 products released in a year, unfortunately.
I noticed
So
that.
that's why there's a good break between the two. In 2015 is whenever Dice Masters released the most sets that they had
Yeah.
ever released.
Yep.
And so it was just like they put it down the pipeline and then just like bottlenecked, and then we experienced an 8.5 month draft
Yeah.
or drop.
Faux show.
An 8.5 month draft would be awesome.
No,
Longest draft ever.
you draft the one team and you have to play it for 8 months, regardless of how good it is.
Sounds like our draft tournament that we put on.
That was the worst tournament ever made. We'll never do that again.
Yeah. I got
The
tired
only
of
way
playing
we'll
it
have
after
a-
1 month.
I know, me
I
too.
mean, you'd really know that team, though. You'd really know that team.
Not if you
Shout
sleep
out
on
how
it every
bad it is.
time.
Give us a shout in the comments before or after the video, or I mean during or after the video. Give us a shout in general chat on CR Game Room Discord If you want to, shout out your picks for each of those team packs, I mean, the year 2 team pack, one of each of the sets, as well as including the basic actions. Let us know what your favorite cards are from that. I'll start with mine. Of course, it's the Beholder from Faerun Under Siege. That card made me the Tabasco rogue that I am today. So,
It's a
Yeah,
great card.
I forgot about that.
yep.
There's
And
some
the one
really
I'm
good ones
talking
on
about
Faerun Under
specifically was
Siege.
the one that came from the starter pack, and that was the
Free global.
the whenever you field it, you get to use 2 globals for free.
Nice.
I've got to
I
look
definitely
at those more.
remember looking down the first iteration of the Hella team with that.
That's right. I tested you with the extremely beta version of that.
It was awesome.
Uh,
I
whenever it
was
was
so impressed with that. I was
Odin's
just like, that's
Fury.
so cool.
Yeah, that was a crazy team. I remember when we first met Joe, he was running that team. I was like, that's so weird, man. Yeah, Chris was very impressed by it.
Yeah.
Not me. Pff,
No,
whatever.
his words were he didn't win a lot with it, but he was really confident.
You were confident in it.
Oh my god, he's never gonna
I
let
still
you
am
live
to
that
this
down.
day. I just need to be a better player. Was the thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't a good player back then.
I wouldn't.
I had a lot of the guys
But you
that
had
were in
player's
there.
eyes.
Oh, hold on. I think the meta was a little bit warped by Yanti and that
Yeah, that's
thing,
true.
and that's what really
It's
got
definitely
you in
a
that
weird
tournament.
time with that. Yeah.
I mean, in
Ooh,
our
Yanti.
tournament alone, in our WKO that we had 12 Yanti teams out of 19 participants.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody
crazy.
was running that to be able to get their slot. They knew it was a
Yeah.
winning team.
So I mean, I think
Yeah.
the top 8 was composed of 7 Yanti teams and 1 non-Yanti team.
Who happened to miss all the Yanti teams in the preamble, so they didn't have to play
Yeah.
any of the Yanti teams.
Yep.
Me
I
and
played-
Jared, our teams, I think, were the best, and me and him practiced together and got our teams together, and I think we had the best Yanti teams there.
Yep.
Well, I would say that the common theme about all the Yanti teams, the super rare Yanti teams, was that they always had 1 or 2 slots for teching, either for or against the Yanti. So
For
I will
sure.
say that.
Yeah, and I think Jared would have won it if what happened hadn't happened. Honestly,
Well, it was
yeah.
unfortunate, but
yeah.
yeah, we won't dwell on
We
that.
won't rehash that. That's fine. But yeah, so everyone, like Joe said, go into our comments, go into the Discord. Let us know what cards you like to play from those sets. If you were around back then, if you weren't around, we'll have some gems for you hopefully in this team pack, so you can relive the magic that was year 2.
And then Magic, we'll have year 1 Magic packs. I don't know.
I never-
Oh, no,
there's too many years.
Year
Yeah.
1 draft packs, alpha, beta.
Oh man, I don't know anything about that.
Black Lotus.
I gotta step away real quick.
All right.
Oh, thank God he's gone. As a running joke that we have, guys, every time we're on a call and somebody drops, I always say, "Oh, thank God he's gone."
He's got Mike saying it now. Oh,
Yeah.
Every time that he's not there, I have to pick up the mantle. I was like,
Someone
this
has
is
to do
rough.
it. Yeah, it's like pouring a little bit out for your homies. You know what I'm saying?
And we'll try to call you out if you suggest cards in any of the chats, and we'll just call you out and say yes. So and so said this card would be good. We'll try to
Yeah.
keep track of that.
Give you a shout out. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, Team Pack year 2, we're gonna work on that. Hopefully, we'll have it done by next week. If we have more participants on our channel than others, we'll just go ahead and go with it anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I like doing it the first time. I thought it was fun. Chris, you weren't around for year 2 either, right?
You
missed
gave
year
me
1 and year
cards. I mostly have all the cards from year 2, I think, but I
a lot
wasn't
of
playing in
them
the
for sure.
meta. When I showed up, the rotation happened. And it's like, well, shit. I'm glad I got all these cards that I can't play with.
2. That's right.
Yeah,
Good
'cause I
times.
came in probably late year 1 and definitely through all year 2.
That was a good experience. Yeah, Mike came in around the same time as I did. That was a great experience, though. To be
Yeah.
able to come in after the meta was sort of established, after PXG had really broken the whole the whole meta. Watching that Genesis was great, or coming in on the back end of that Genesis, and
It's really cool. Like, the
realizing
development
how
of this rule.
realizing how powerful that one global made every single team that it was on.
PXG.
I made sure to give like everybody I knew a PXG. If they were getting into the game, it's like, well, you need this. You
Yep.
just need to have this.
The fact that they printed it on the common version was what made it so accessible,
Yeah.
and they did the collector's box promo too.
This team pack is going to pick up right where I joined playing Dice Masters as AOU. My very very first pack of Dice Masters that I ever bought. I had bought an Uncanny X-Men starter set, and I was like, I'm gonna play this one day, and I never did. And then I went to the comic book store, and the guy convinced me. He was like, "Hey, this game's really fun. You should check it out." And it's only $1 per pack. And I was like, "Man, I could do that." First pack that I bought of AOU, I pulled a super rare, and I was addicted. I got Zombie Gladiators, not that great,
Oh, no, he's
but it
pretty
was
cool.
the first pack you get a super rare. You're like, oh man, that means every pack I buy, I'm gonna get a super rare, and that's how the addiction starts. And yeah, so I was hooked after that, man. It was fun. I miss blind packs.
I told everyone in the dice arena last night that my first super rare that I got was Joker from Batman, and I gave it to you.
Yeah, I like that Joker. It's unblockable.
Yeah.
And then you just flip the attack and defense, and you're good to go.
So I started right before Batman, but I participated in the Batman draft event, and I did really well in that. So because I got all flip cards, it was
Oh,
stupid.
you had the Catwoman that got ridiculous.
Yeah, I love that card.
Yeah, that was fun. Those were the days, man. I really miss going to the store and playing in person. I enjoy playing online, but I just like being in a store. I just wish
So
it was closer.
Those days are coming back because they're releasing
Not at
draft
Duncanville.
product.
Yeah, not that. That's
Well,
fine.
I mean,
They-
everybody will be happy to know that they're bringing draft packs back.
I'm
which
excited
is
for draft
nice.
packs. Yep.
I'm definitely excited for draft packs.
I think draft packs are like the best thing to happen to the game. I just wish that they didn't stop. Like, come on, man. You
We
get
lost
2
a
dice per
lot of
card.
players
It's so
with that.
easy. Yeah.
Like they had 2 sets that had it, and then they were like, "Who do we got to suck off to get more draft packs?" Got a little PG beyond PG there. Sorry, guys.
It's late.
Yeah.
It is getting late. But yeah, cool. Excited for that. What else we got?
I think that's it, honestly.
So what we can do is we can talk a little bit, or we can give a little teaser. I think next stream or the stream after that, next Wednesday stream, we'll be talking more about tournament schedules and what's coming up and what everybody can expect. It's big news, big changes, I believe, and it's all for the betterment of the community. So
We're going big,
stay
boys.
tuned for that. Stay tuned for that.
Alright.
That is weird.
What?
Some cards had max 3, but at a different rarity has and then there's also some cards that have max 5, and they're like 4 and 5 costs, which is super weird to me.
That is weird.
Just like it's reminiscent of the AVX Hulk that had max 6, I believe.
Yeah, but
Thing
it
was-
I
is.
thought it had 5. I don't know.
I think it was max.
Whatever it
6.
is, you're never gonna buy 5 of those things. You're never gonna buy
yeah.
3
Hey.
of them.
They also said I wasn't going to buy 12 pirates in one game. I did it.
And you only got to 11.
Hey, can we just think about this real quick? Pirates, right?
Or pirates. They're out there. It's a thing. Max
All right.
2. So yeah, guys, I would really recommend people going back and looking at some of these older sets. I was clicking through them earlier on Dice Coalition. It's the best place, really, if you're at your computer, to go through. On my phone, I have the Sidekick app, but I think going to Dice Coalition and looking at the lookup feature and just looking at the sets individually like that, it's just like so much nostalgia. You know what I mean? Looking at those older cards. I was like, I remember playing that. I remember
thought-
playing that.
I do like thumbing through my old cards.
Yeah. I was gonna come home and flip through my binders. I was like, I'm just gonna look at the website.
After pulling, Rob's been organizing Magic cards for a month, and he didn't want to pull out things to organize to other things.
I did not. I just finished today.
For you guys to see my table right now between the Magic cards and the Dice Master stuff everywhere. It's horrible.
Oh no. Yeah, it's once it's done, it's great, but doing it's the worst.
And then you're about to get more cards.
From what?
Mike is about to get more cards.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Ryan had some
Yeah.
cards for us at the meeting that he said.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's actually a good talking point. We got 5 minutes if we want to discuss it.
Oh man.
So Ryan tells us. I mean, he showed it on stream. I got a box of cards for you guys. You guys can have it. I don't really care about it. We go through it for like a minute, and we find a card or two that's worth a pretty penny. We're like, I don't think you want to give this to us, Ryan. You should really go through it. Oh, well, how expensive is expensive? Pretty expensive.
$95.
$95, Ryan. Oh, yeah, let's go through it real quick.
He's like, yeah, I'll just hold on to that one then.
And then we start finding more and more, and he's like, all right. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
I always
So
think it's fun
needless,
going through an old collection like that and finding a lot of really old gems and stuff like that. For somebody, it's like, nope, this is good. Nope, this is good.
yeah, and that's kind of what it was. Like this card's worth this. This card's worth this, and you just the pile that just started getting made on the
it went
table was
from-
ridiculous.
Yeah, it went from being like 5 cards to 15 cards real quick.
Yeah.
And most of them were lands.
Yep.
Lands.
Alpha edition lands.
So if you're not familiar, this is kind of what a land card looks like. This isn't what Ryan had. This is a trash like penny. They give these away for free at the store for the most part. But yeah, I wanted one of them
Yeah,
old ones.
$40 lands that pros use in high caliber tournaments
Yeah,
to flex on people.
yeah, they're old. They're old looking.
Here's a similar one. It's cheaper because of what it is.
The edition.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
also because it's a plane. If there was an alpha version of a plane, I don't think it's worth as much as
It's the islands.
islands or forest.
Forests.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
But yeah, they were like easily like $30 for the land cards, and he had so many of them. Like, dude, you need to take this to the store. These aren't the things you just give away.
yeah.
Go sell them or something. So, yeah.
There
We
wasn't
didn't take
any
this.
Power 9, unfortunately, but there were a lot of reserve list cards that he had that were
Mm.
that fetch a pretty price.
Yeah. So I think that made Ryan Saturday.
Yeah.
He had to deal with us for like 5 hours, and at least he got that.
It came out profitable.
He
Yeah.
couldn't. So he couldn't make it out, unfortunately. Some work and everything he's got going on. So, but yeah,
Cool.
we wish him the best.
Faux show.
Oh man.
Um,
All I could say is I'm glad I got to hold a Wheel of Fortune.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
man. I'm still like I would have scummed him so hard. Like I know I can get a Wheel of Fortune, but it's just like I felt so much like it was a moral quandary. I will say that.
Yeah, you sheepishly put the what you call it to the side, not announcing that there was a Wheel of Fortune. I was like, oh crap, there's a Wheel of Fortune. Yeah.
No, you
yeah,
were like,
there's
hey,
a-
what's in there? And I was like, oh yeah, this is a Wheel of Fortune.
And I was like, oh.
I think I was acting a little bit better than that though. I was acting a little bit more excited, so that really gave it away because you guys were like, what is that?
I think you were freaking
Yeah.
out most about the lands at first because
Yeah.
the lands
I
were
mean-
quite obvious that those are like ridiculous.
Oh.
The alpha and beta lands, and I'm like geeking out. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Space pirate.
Okay, cool. All right, we got 1 minute. Any last final thoughts before we wrap this up?
maybe space pirate.
Oh, just guys, I just want y'all to think about this. Space pirates. Same.
I want to show my age here, but when you say something about like space pirates, I start thinking of, like Ice Pirates, that
Yep.
old movie from way back when.
I love that.
Never heard of that.
Captain, we have space herpes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I hope nobody caught the space herpes by listening to this stream this week. So
That was a really good note to end it on.
yeah, there we go. Truffle shuffle out.
No, I got to do the transit. I can't do it. Do that.
All right, fine, bye.
You do it. You do it.
I don't know how to do it.
Just rub your belly. Okay, close enough. All right.
You
Oh,
just did
cringe.
that.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That's going to wrap things up for us here in the CR Game Room. Check out our website, crgr.rocks, for all our latest info. There you'll find a link to help
Might do the
support us
trouble.
via Patreon. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Join our conversations on Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for hanging out.